This week in the markets, crypto and Forex are reacting to the same macro forces. And if you're only watching one of these, you're missing half the picture. None of this is financial advice, but let's dive in to the weekly news and what you should be doing about it. Let's start with the macro news that's moving both Forex and crypto this week. This comes straight from the economic calendar on Forex Factory, where we can see upcoming CPI, interest rate decisions, and employment data, all of which directly impact the dollar and risk assets. The summary of this, if you don't have the time, is basically when traders expect inflation to stay sticky, the market prices in higher for longer rates. The short story for this is when traders expect inflation to stay sticky, the market prices in higher for longer rates. And that pressures risk assets like crypto while strengthening the dollar. Now, moving on to crypto-specific headlines. On the crypto side, CoinDesk has been reported continued pressure on Bitcoin and Ethereum as risk appetite stays weak. There's been a clear theme of investors rotating away from high-risk assets, which is why we've seen lower highs across major cryptocurrencies. CoinMarketCap's news section shows similar coverage, highlighting declining volumes and weaker momentum across altcoins compared to Bitcoin. Now, when I'm trading, I use PU Prime, and the reason for that, guys, is they allow you to trade both crypto and Forex and much more on one platform, which is great. You don't have to switch between tabs, do a bunch of KYC on a bunch of different platforms. You just got it all on one platform. You can see you can trade a bunch of different assets. And I will say the speed, spread, and just general safety of this platform is fantastic. Now, they also have their own market analysis. Now, markets aren't open right now, so we don't have today's one yet, but you can see every day there's at least 2 or 3 different articles that you could just analyze directly on the platform. Now, let's bring it over to Bitcoin. On Bitcoin, price has been struggling to reclaim previous resistance, which lines up with that risk-off tone we're seeing from the macro news. If we go to the 1 week here, we can see we are at that 71K mark, which is a small bounce from where we were. I mean, we were at 60K, which is incredibly low for Bitcoin, but yeah, we do still have a lot of work to do if this does want to recover. Now, Forex, on the other hand, let's talk Euro USD, because this is one of the biggest Forex pairs, and it's been reacting to dollar strength, showing how FX markets are responding faster to those rate expectations. This is a good example of why I like comparing crypto and Forex side by side. When the dollar strengthens, crypto usually does feel it. Guys, if you're looking to grow your social media, you should definitely be using SMM Go, the sponsor of this video. These guys provide real views, real services, and they have a fantastic support system as well. And to be honest, guys, every YouTuber that gets big starts out using an SMM service, and this is how you can turn your social media into an absolute rocket ship. So don't just take my word for it. Head to smmgo.io today and change your socials for the better with real likes, real views, and real growth across the board. Check it out in the description, and let's get back to the video. But what about market sentiment and trends here? To understand sentiment, I always check whether traders are in fear or in greed. Right now, the crypto fear and greed index is showing massive extreme fear at 14, which is crazy low. We did get a 7 yesterday, which is basically one of the lowest numbers I've ever seen on fear and greed. So definitely very fragile on the confidence side when it comes to crypto traders. I also like to look at Bitcoin dominance to see where capital is going. When dominance rises, it usually means traders are avoiding risk and staying more defensive with their trades. So here we can see Bitcoin dominance currently around that 58%. Hasn't really moved too much here throughout this year. Now, to confirm everything on the macro side, it's always important to check the dollar index, and this has been holding fairly strong here, considering. That reinforces the idea that this is a dollar-driven risk-off environment. So basically, a lot of people are moving their money from their assets all the way into the dollar, which is strengthening the dollar slowly. Now, heading into next week, the focus remains on economic data. Anything that shifts expectations around inflation or interest rates will impact both Forex and crypto. This is why having access to multiple markets, like on PU Prime, where you can trade both Forex and crypto gives you more flexibility depending on where the best setups appear. When the markets are volatile like this, it's important to react quickly. And honestly, guys, when I put an order in with PU Prime, it's basically almost instant, even in congested times, which is way better than other brokers out there. Even the top 3 brokers out there, PU Prime is outperforming them on a pretty decent scale. So if you're trading these markets yourself, PU Prime lets you trade Forex and crypto on the same platform, which is useful when everything is driven by macro trends. There's also currently a massive deposit bonus promotion depending on the region that you're in. So definitely check that out, because this is a great way to get involved and get massive bonuses when you are trading. That is going to be it from me. Have a fantastic day. Always do your own research when you are taking trades, of course. But yes, that is basically the rundown, everything I'm looking at right now. I will see you in the next video.